Baseball.
Man, I don't think
baseball.
nobody thinks LSU gonna lose. Son. LSU always did have a good baseball team. They really did. Welcome, people. This is our Sunday conversation edition of Blunt Talk NOLA. I am one of y'all hosts, Chop Track.
P dot on the spot.
Chop Track. Silent Chop.
Oh, shit.
Oh Lord, that was a good
It's
one.
gonna be a
That
good
was
one,
a good
people.
Yeah.
Buckle up.
God damn. Yeah, today we just gonna go through a few things. I wanted to show y'all something with the AI thing. For the reason why I really brought that up. I got in other news about world wars and how it's scripted, and a message from a 13-year-old rapper to the LGBT community. So that's my three for today. I don't know what they got, but it don't matter. You know, whatever y'all got, y'all can bring it. And we're gonna get this shit started, man. So since y'all know what I got, what y'all want to hear first?
I want to hear the message from the message from the little 13-year-old rapper.
Damn. What you got, Silent?
Nah, go ahead. It don't matter to me. So since he picked one, go ahead with that one.
Man, shit. You would want that one first.
That seemed like an in other news kind of thing right there. I'm just saying.
Nigga, you did X. Chop Track. What you?
Don't
I knew he was gonna. No. I knew him. I knew he was gonna pick that.
Oh, you know.
I knew he was gonna pick that shit.
I almost wonder why you knew I wanted to hear it.
I knew you was gonna pick that shit. I just knew it. This man retarded, bruh.
You're not gay, it's a demon that's inside of you. You ain't born that way, don't let it try to lie to you. I rebuke demons up my faith, hope you find the truth. I'm exposing these demons that try to hide in you. Pride stands for the land of the pigs, where they like to be trans and start playing with some kids. That bathroom's for girls, so we can't let you in. Steve, you ain't fooling no one, you're just a man in a wig. You're not gay, more like insane. Being gay is fun and dandy till you get A. I just speak the truth and I don't care about gay rights. I can tell the left is mad cause my dad raised me right. You think you a woman cause you rockin' the stiletto? Don't make me get my airsoft, I'm knocking off a pedo. All y'all gonna be burning like the rich man. You are not a woman, just a dude with some implants.
We don't rock with Demon Month. The only Christian rapper steady calling out the demons, huh? Down in hell it won't be demon.
Well, he ain't 13.
Come and make you weak and drunk. We don't rock with Demon Month. Never, I don't rock with Demon Month. Nah, real man, the cat don't rock with Demon Month. You ain't playing cat, you never be the one, but when he come, you gon' see that he don't rock with Demon Month.
You're not gay, it's a demon that's inside of you. You ain't born that way, don't let it try to.
There you go, Peter. So since that's the one you wanted to hear first, what you got?
I was trying to read the lyrics. You know, my hearing ain't that good, but I like it, man. Like it's a message that they projected to the people in the alphabet community that, you know, you're not making it to heaven doing what you're doing. Even though I hear people, I saw a video earlier where somebody was talking about that. That's not a real message in the Bible or nothing like that. But I do believe that, you know, leave the kids alone, leave the kids out of it. Like y'all drug kids into something they had no business being part of. And I get where they came with I get the message that they came with. They let the people know, leave the little children alone. They not for it. And all that shit y'all doing, trying to groom them little children into that shit, is not okay. It's never been okay. So leave them kids alone. And now you got a young 13-year-old rapper that done came out with an album or a track to let y'all know that.
What you got, Simon?
That's his daddy or something. That nigga ain't shit. That's way too extreme for that little dude at his age, and he definitely don't know all what he talking about. What else other raps do you have besides the gays? Because you know all white supremacist groups don't like gays, Jews, niggers, and spics and all this shit. So he probably got a nigga song, got a Jew song, got a Chinese song, spitting about all this hate and how much they gonna keep shooting up people who they don't like, especially in their own goddamn schools and shit. I don't enjoy the rhetoric if it don't have no fucking point or it don't really stand on nothing. Like, don't just be riding no fucking wave and using your son. You ain't no better than that bitch that got that little girl out there talking about where the fans at and shit. It's just child exploitation, and I don't fucking rock with it. I mean, the song a little got a little jingle to it. You know what I'm saying? If you into that type of rhetoric and shit, but I ain't got nothing against people just because of who they is. It's the shit that they ride for and the organizations that they stand up with is really the fucking problem. And y'all got your own shit going too, so y'all are part of the problem too. While you point your little racist ass fingers and shit. So understand what Christianity is and what it really stands for, and stop using that shit like as if any of you motherfuckers actually read the Bible to know what the fuck going on anyway. Excuse my language while saying Bible, but that shit kind of pisses me off, bro, when they keep using each term for that fuck shit. And it's really their rhetoric. The little dude probably didn't even write the lyrics, you know what I'm saying, and got them out there. Like, that shit is kind of weird to me. And I can't really rock with the little dude saying something so extreme and not really knowing what's going on. Like, this, yeah, bro, take advantage of your fucking you know. And sometimes, even when things do have a message, what is the narrative of the fucking message? I think we should pay more attention to that too, especially when they're using the churn, bro.
I definitely agree. I don't think he knew in full what he talking about either. Like, I think, you know, like you see, it was probably written for him or something like that. But yeah, I definitely think that he don't know what he talking about. Like, it just is what it is. I guess putting him in it just helped them with their little spin or whatever. And the white supremacy role is one I didn't even think about when I was watching it. That you brought up. That's a good point you brought up. You know, fuck. I'm going to the next one. Get this shit out the way. Let's do the fucking other. Nah. So what y'all heard so far about the war anyway? Let's talk about that.
The war in
I've been kind
Iran.
of staying away from it. I heard they bombing each other and shit, and you know, I kind of stayed away from it for right now. I'm letting them get warmed up, child.
I heard the U.S., who wasn't supposed to initially be involved in this in any type of way other than to give Palestine aid, has now dropped Tomahawk missiles on 3 supposed nuclear sites out there in Iran. And people are kind of up and on, talk about, oh yeah, not the pro-Palestinians or the Iranian people that's living over here gonna start claiming war against people in the U.S. and stuff like that. Like, well, me personally, I don't really think them guys looking at it like that or will act on anything of that nature. Um, I don't think the U.S. needs to be involved in any conflict anyway, considering the fact that we still got uh, things over here that need to be dealt with on a financial matter and stuff like that. Because war only spends money that we already don't have. So, I don't think our country needs to be involved in any more conflict with any other country in the world. But I do know that they're involved.
Why you think they're involved?
I can't say, me personally, I think there's money being made off of it on the back end.
Oh, that's a good perspective.
Wait, say again, Chop?
I was plugging my thing back up. I see that's a good perspective, though. I think it is money being made on the back end for sure. I think that's part of the reason they do the stuff they doing when they do it, and that's basically what this man about to talk about in a few seconds. But I've been, people trying to incite a riot. They making sure people think, to be scared and all this other shit or whatever. But and like you were saying, like the scare tactics of even telling people that they think Iranians in America is gonna try to do something. That's one of the things you have to worry about when you're a country that allows everybody to come take citizenship in your country.
Right, right.
Like, why you think we don't have none of these kind of problems out the Chinese people or the Vietnamese or whatever? Why it's just the Arabs or
I think what happens with people on the Asian side or the Chinese and Japan side, I think they really sit down and compromise with each other. Like the U.S. it's not so good on compromise. It's not so good at negotiating. It's not so good at uh, understanding that everybody could benefit in some way, shape, or form from another. And you can't always be what you want. And I'll be telling people, I've even noticed when the UN decides to stay out of something or the US gets involved in something that no other country is going to aid for, that shows us that it's like we're the bully of the world. Like you gonna do what we say or we gonna bomb your shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know if other people see it like that, but I see it like that. And I really want
every. I think they do see it like that. But like I said, what people basically saying is Iran ain't the motherfuckers you play with. Them bitches been there where they been trying to kill us for a minute. Why would you fuck with them? Like, and a lot of people forget the Iranians were supposed to be the ones that did the from what they say. Even though we know, you see what I'm saying? So just prepare yourself.
from what they say, right? You gotta think about the propaganda machine always rolling.
Salad took the best answer at it because you don't know what's going on yet, but eventually, we got to find out, son, because shit just don't make no sense.
And also, we also know all these wars are funded through business deals that they do with each other. So
Correct.
let's not forget, fellas, Ford made the tanks for the Nazis. Okay? And we was fighting them in World War II. World War I. So let's not forget how this shit really goes. So when they talking about they their enemy,
Who's really the
you're
enemy?
doing good business with your enemy. So let's see. I say I'm gonna wait till they warm up because they gonna rat on themselves.
Did 3 world wars. The First World War, he said, must be brought about, and I'm quoting from Albert Pike. The First World War must be brought about in order to permit the Illuminati to overthrow the power of the czars in Russia and of making that country a fortress of atheistic communism. The divergences caused by the agents of the Illuminati between the British and German empires will be used to foment this war. He says, quote, the Second World War must be fomented by taking advantage of the differences between the fascists and the political Zionists. This war must be brought about so that Nazism is destroyed and that the political Zionism will be strong enough to institute a sovereign state of Israel and Palestine. He's now thinking about this Third World War, and it says that it will be caused by the differences between the political Zionists and the leaders of the Islamic world. The war must be conducted in such a way that Islam, the Muslim Arabic world, and political Zionism, the state of Israel, mutually destroy each other. That's what it says. Meanwhile, the other nations, once more divided on this issue, will be constrained to fight to the point of complete physical, moral, spiritual, and economic exhaustion. And in the dream, he predicted 3 world.
So what y'all think about what he's basically saying?
Well, it did
What
happen.
I was just saying just now about the
Yeah.
I didn't even read that little side piece, but I just was reading it like, damn, that's what I just said. But yeah, man, I mean, you gotta pay attention, man. That shit popping off over there, B. Nigga ain't touched soil yet, and they tell it to everybody to be fighting. Ooh, gotta wait for it to come over here. Gotta wait for it to come. But somebody living over here, they don't want that shit to happen over here because they keep blowing them people shit up. So I don't know what's going
Exactly.
on with the
Why they
U.S.
fucking with these
money
people?
in their business. Not even fucking with them people. These people are doing business with each other, B. It's a ploy. It ain't fucking with nobody. That's what the media telling you, man. They've been in business together, brother, for years. This shit go all the way back to 9/11, bro.
Even before that.
With the Bin Laden shit and all that, man. They found out all kind of shit was going on with that shit. They still making up documentaries to this day about how that shit was forget. You got, come on, man. Like, these people keep doing the same shit. Every time they do it, it's the fear factor that gets people right back in that same mode. Like, they don't remember none of the shit that, didn't actually happen. Like, come on, man. Like, people. I'm just saying, bro. Like, keep going with this bullshit if you want. You gotta keep talking the way they want you to talk, and this is gonna make it easier and easier for them to make up whatever the fuck they want.
Fact.
Yeah. Y'all heard my dog, man. Watch for the propaganda machine, man. They gonna tell y'all why they fucking with them people. Well, basically, I mean, you can think it's self-explanatory because not everybody knows that the shit Israel has only been there for the little time that they've been there. So with people knowing that, the easiest way to get people to stop thinking about it is to get rid of the motherfucker.
And people that won't bring up the Zionist part of it. And that was a part of the Zionist move to even say that they, from that area, knowing people was already there. That was a whole part of the plan. And greedy fucks in the U.S. helped them do it. The motherfuckers who like to start wars. I mean, a lot of these people are, foreigners who claimed, citizenship in America and now claiming to be Americans. Remember, after what it was after World War II, a lot of their Nazi scientists and rocket makers and all this shit here. Come on, man. They gave them jobs over here.
came
to
over
do
here
this, to do the same shit.
claiming to be Jewish. They came over here
Now they ain't
claiming to
claiming
be
they were
Jewish.
Jews. A lot of them were Jewish because they were Zionists. Remember, all that's in the same shit. You had Russian Jews too.
Yeah.
It's a mixture of that shit. German Jews and shit. You had black Germans. That's the whole makeup of the shit. Like it's crazy. Like you had Jews working for the Nazis. They say Hitler was a Jew. Okay. So they say, yeah. Shit crazy, bruh. I tell you, bruh. Like Chop say, man, just watch for the propaganda and listen to what they telling you and then match it to what's actually happening. If it don't match, don't try to make it fit. Because they keep saying it over and over and over and over until you put you in your head. Rock your ass to sleep. Ain't that what we call it down here? They gonna rock your ass to sleep.
Complete and total obliteration. Completely and
Other one.
totally
Everybody know this one.
obliterated.
Talk your ass to death. How about that one? Nigga, talk your ass to death.
Damn. But yeah, this the last one I had. If y'all can see this lady on the screen, if I was to tell you that this was an AI individual, would you believe that?
No, I wouldn't have believed that was an AI.
I
I
know
would
the
actually
fuck I wouldn't. I would not.
Nah,
What about you, Peter?
that's exact. That's
like a real
exact.
person, bro. Son,
Yeah, the body style
and
and
now
like,
y'all be
the
seeing why I be saying too. A lot of shit be scripted. A lot of shit be scripted, son. Because you can literally make a person and make a video and make them. You know, they got so much technology and shit now. You can literally make this a whole human being that don't exist.
Step 1, don't be dumb like me and glue your eyeballs shut. Use the damn mirror, not your front cam. Step 2, pray. These tweezers do not got my back today. Hey, hold up. PERD. That's 1 cluster down, 39 to go. I'm basically a licensed esthetician now. Y'all see the vision? I look like a tired fairy, a sexy one. Y'all all L, look at me. I did that. Don't ask me to do them again. I was fighting for my damn life, but I did that. Step 1, don't be dumb like me and glue your eyeballs shut. Use the damn mirror, not your front cam.
I'm just gonna let it play because this is ridiculous. Wait, I had a shout out. See, like if you look right here, you can tell this fake, right?
Because of the way the eyes are set.
Yeah. Like right here, you can tell like this whole little.
her facing is changing. You would have to would have to be really paying attention to detail. It is very realistic, like, and around the mouth too when she says certain things. That's one thing AI can't get all the way right yet.
Yeah,
and the
mouth,
top picture
the mouth
does not
moves.
look like the bottom picture
Hell
from
no.
the different frames. So
If
you
you
can tell the
seen
face
this
did
person
actually change.
right here
That's
in
crazy
public
work.
versus this person right here, that's two different people, son. But what is AI mimicking? That's what chicks look like with makeup on.
Yeah.
They're gathering all that information from everybody who be going live, just like this AI going. All it's doing is mimicking, though. It's like a
Mimicking like a
mirror.
motherfucker, dog.
It's like a mirror, dog, and doing exactly. It's how much information a motherboard has on human beings right now, fellas. That's what they showing you.
Yes.
We talking about millions and millions and millions of captured
right,
pictures that it have all in one bowl. You think that motherfucker can't make a person out of all that shit? No matter what you tell it, what kind of person to make?
They skipped our whole line of dreads and went straight to the dreads that people wearing now. You can't even find people that just had regular dreads versus niggas with the wicks and in the or the style ups or whatever. Most of the more popular people were wearing. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't have like you can't get on a game or no nothing, and they got the dreads like that. They gonna give you them big ass dreads or like the movie dreads. Like they not gonna give you that real shit. I hate that. I'm looking at shit right now on the damn game, and ain't none of these hairstyles. Like, why y'all fuck our hair up so much if y'all could get all that shit right?
Cause they don't like niggas with dreads. I thought you knew that.
But what I'm saying is, if you got that much technology, like I could take a picture right now with my dreads, and I could AI that motherfucker. They gonna make my shit big, son.
Mm-hmm.
They gonna make my shit big. They're not gonna make it like I got
the thin medium or
yeah.
you know,
it ain't gonna be that.
they gonna make the size they want it to look like.
I wouldn't necessarily see the size they want it to look like, but whatever size
Well,
they have in
that's
their algorithm, whatever size they have in their algorithm, that's what they gonna do. And I don't like that. But AI should not be able to do this, son. This shit, I mean, I ain't gonna tell you no lie. The only positive way, I just thought about it, and I just thought about it. If you is a content creator, using AI could be good for you. Because they ain't gonna never know that you that person. They're gonna be looking for that person on that screen.
the only problem with that is when they go to using that facial data recognition technology. Like that's the only thing that separates. But that I think that's another problem that we're gonna be looking at too. That AI and that artificial facial recognition technology. So if they're doing this with AI, making AI look like real people, then it would be safe to assume that facial data recognition would be able to be tampered with using AI interface. You see what I'm saying? So if somebody was good enough at computer code and programming, where they say, "Oh well, we got you on surveillance doing this crime," now I'm looking like, well, how I know that's not AI created? You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Well, facial data recognition. Okay, well, how do I know that that's not AI created?
You don't. That's the point. They could put you anywhere.
Right, and but that's what I'm saying though. So if AI getting this good, right, well, they getting to the point of mimicking the way these ladies look that's posting videos, then we know for sure that facial data recognition don't stand a chance in court. Like I don't want to hear that shit now. But I just showed you. We showing evidence that AI is mimicking social media influencers by their look. If you would, and that's why I'm glad you brought it up. If you were to see this as a person watching something on social media, you would swear that person all the while is AI in itself.
Now let me fuck you up a little further, and I think you're gonna know what I'm saying because we talk about it all the time. But son, them people literally could take your face and put it on something else. So that's when you brought up the PDFs the other day with the people with the PDFs.
Yeah.
What you think they be doing, son? Taking images off your children or whatever and putting them fucking images on other bodies and all that type of shit.
That's why I'm like this here as a parent. That's why it's good to know what your children look like. You know, from top to bottom. You know, every little scar, every little nick, birthmark, how many fingers and toes they got. If they got an ingrown toenail, it's good to know that because you know what these people doing nowadays, bro. And like you said, with the shit that we've been seeing with the people with CPS, bro, these motherfuckers will fabricate and say any fucking thing to get you thrown in a jam, take your kids, or have you thrown in fucking jail. But again, it all starts like with knowing, okay, that's not me. My eye don't move. Like this girl eye completely just shifted, clean the fuck. Just because the video still playing, and every time they show it, you see the way the eye closed, and then the whole eye shifts over. Like nobody eye do that shit. The fuck?
I'm telling you. But they got people out here looking for her, the one, the AI version.
They're not
gonna
looking for the
find
real version. Yeah,
Never find her. You gonna pass her right the fuck up.
girl, I ain't know that was you. That didn't look like you. Bitch, that was AI. It's not supposed to look exactly like me. But that's what y'all want. That's why I don't like fucking with that shit. If I use AI, it's gonna be for gathering information on something. I ain't trying to make AI paint no picture of me. I don't even like taking pictures like that to let to keep being photographed and all that shit. Fuck that.
But
I'm
yeah,
just
that's
telling people, I don't do all that posting.
the ones I had. Man, I got them out the way. I think Pete got you next in line, but it looks like it's just don't matter.
Okay. Yeah, I got a little bit that I wanted to bring up, man, because keeping in tune with what we were talking about as far as the DCFS and CPS people, I figured I'd show a little something extra this, today to have a little something to talk about. And they all short, but it just good information that I didn't get a chance to cover because I ain't want to overload the circuit. So the first thing is this one is like a follow up to a story that happened in 2022 where the girl was giving birth to a baby and the doctor, you know, basically decapitated the baby during the C-section. But there's an update to that, so I'm gonna play the update for y'all right quick.
Shout out
This
to
Atlanta
DD504.
couple, well, a judge just awarded them $2.25 million after living through arguably one of the most traumatizing experiences, not once but twice. On July 10th, 2023, 20-year-old Jessica Ross arrived at Southern Regional Medical Center in Atlanta, ready to give birth to her first child. Well, the baby's shoulders were stuck, which was making the delivery very difficult, and after 3 hours of pushing, the doctor finally decided on a cesarean. Only his body was delivered via cesarean. His head was delivered vaginally. You see, the OB, Dr. Tracy St. Julian, pulled so hard on this little baby, she decapitated him. The hospital staff then lied to the couple about what had happened, telling them the baby was stillborn. When Jessica asked for an autopsy, the staff discouraged her by saying she'd have to pay for it, which was not true. And possibly most suspicious of all, the hospital did not report the death to the medical examiner. In fact, it was the funeral director who told Jessica the truth about what had happened and contacted the medical examiner. And the story just keeps getting worse. In a quest for justice, Jessica and Travion hired Dr. Jackson Gates to perform a private autopsy on their baby. Days later, they learned that Dr. Gates had posted to Instagram photos and videos of their child's autopsy, including showing the baby's face and internal organs. Just this week, the couple was awarded $2.25 million for the lawsuit against Dr. Gates. The lawsuit against the hospital and Dr. St. Julian has not yet gone to trial. Do you guys remember this?
Yeah,
What
this
y'all
was
talking
actually
about?
one of my other news. I remember this case. They should definitely have more coming their way, but just listening to all the horrific things that happen, within the story, just to remind ourselves of it. You know what I'm saying? Right. It was it was crazy to hear it back then. So just to hear that these people can never replace what actually happened, but that kind of money does change your life and could actually get you some help. And like they said, as far as therapy and whatever else y'all need to get out the city or whatever, because this is fucking horrific. The hospital and the other bitch, I know that shit was gonna take long. Yeah, y'all Harry got the nigga out there at the 2 million, bitch. But y'all order, how much y'all order fucking people though? 15, 20? Huh? Just give them the whole hospital and see what they do with it. How about that? Cause y'all ain't doing shit with that motherfucker. And then y'all tried to hide the shit too to make it seem like them people did something wrong. Is so fucked up. And it's always the people that you need the help from is the ones that's fucking over you, bro. Same with the police, same with the judges, same with the fucking ambulance, and all these motherfuckers, the DA. The people that you actually fucking need the help from are the ones fucking over you, bro, and making it seem like you're the goddamn problem. You the one violating. By asking, why did this happen to me? It's fucking horrible. And these practices are going, these fucked up practices are going past racial lines, fellas. It's going past that. Everybody joining in. Everybody joining in. It's like whatever. These people did not deserve that shit. And I want to say condolences to the child, and
That's right.
blessings and praise to the family to get some kind of closure with that shit. And they deserve every penny they got, and much more should be coming their way. And do not let the hospital them get away with this shit, because they the main fucking culprits when it comes down to hiring these doctors. And y'all hit the death of the child. Not only that, but the negligence of the fucking doctor who they hired, and they knowing these people be having shit on their backgrounds and shit, and still let them be fucking doctors and shit, or try to cover shit up for them knowing they was fucking negligent. So yeah, man, that's all I had on that. Let me see.
Yeah, that's true though, dog. Because just like we was talking about last night, it's always the people that's supposed to be there to help you that's not helping you. But you always can't get the help from them. And that's, like you said, condolences to the baby too, but that's fucked up. It's like, man, when they gonna get that shit right? When they gonna start, I guess when people start going, but it's just like hospitals. Like most people don't go to hospitals and like talking about it no more. They cut it down to urgent cares and shit. Like this, we ain't used to have no urgent care. Anytime something was wrong with you had to go to a doctor. And then if you can't get the shit taken care of at the urgent care, you still gotta go to the doctor.
What happened to doctors making house calls? Like the doctor actually come to the house and do whatever need to be done for you at your home. You see what I'm saying?
They pay for to be in.
I get that certain shit you have to go to the hospital for, like that birth. Yeah, she needed to go to the hospital for that birth. But I guarantee you, a home doctor probably would have been able to get that baby delivered without having to do a C-section. You know what I'm saying? Because I remember a point in time where they'll tell you just reach in there, like when the baby come in, reach feet first, and they scared the umbilical cord gonna wrap around the baby neck. Them motherfuckers put their hand in there, turn that baby around, and gently get him out of there. So what was the scenario where y'all couldn't get the baby out of the girl without having to do a C-section. You know what I'm saying? And even if you had to do a C-section and y'all know the head was stuck in the girl's birth canal, why not go ahead and, since you already got her open, you could push the baby head, shoulders, and body back up enough to where you could get it out through the C-section. Like, it wasn't no need for you to pull on the baby by the legs and feet when you could have just eased that baby back up slowly enough to where, boom, now we could get you out safely. And I'm like Silent, you know, these motherfuckers don't care no more. It's they look at time as dollars, right? The quickest I get this done, the quicker I can get you out of here and get on to my next patient so I could get more money. You know, greed is a big thing in these hospitals, bro. You go to the emergency room for something and you don't know what's bothering you, they don't do blood work like they're supposed to, right? Because that's costing the hospital money to send your blood off to get tested to make sure ain't nothing else going on other than the symptoms that you're telling them you're having. You know, me and Silent was talking the other day and I was telling him I wanted to go to the hospital. And by the way, bro, I didn't go. But, you know, my heart been beating funny. I just recently come from the hospital. Now my fucking heart beating funny. And I don't know if it's because of the heat or what, but I'm feeling a little bit better. But I know the minute I go back to work this week, is it going to go back to doing that? Which means definitely I'm going to have to go to the fucking doctor. You know what I'm saying? But they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing. They're not doing what their training teaches them, which is to explore every option. They're not doing that. Let's go with the quickest thing we could think of, a C-section. When you know they got more than one way that these ladies could give birth. You know, the main way, and then let's see if we could help get the baby out in a timely manner. But, you know, y'all right, bro. I agree wholeheartedly with the both of y'all, man. These people ain't shit. But having said that, I want to go on to this next one, and this one, literally everything I got dealt with what we were talking about Friday, because it needs to be shown, and and these doctors ain't shit. And there's another case. Check this out.
Me to put my kid on ADHD medicine, or else you're going to call CPS on me?
Let's be real. I never said anything about forcing you. I'm saying this is what's recommended for your kid. You have to put your kid on these meds. Like, it's best for your kid. I'm trying to do you a favor. Not even do you a favor. Do what's best for your child. And if you don't follow these instructions, ma'am, I will be forced to call CPS.
So you are forcing me. You're saying either I put my kid on medication that they don't need.
I will be forced to call CPS. What you're doing right now is jeopardizing your kid's future. I'm not trying to sit here and argue with you. I'm not debating with you. I'm the doctor, so I'm telling you what's best for you and your kid.
But I don't understand, because my child has not shown any symptoms of ADHD, and I'm asking if I can get a second opinion, and you're telling me no, either put my child on medication or you're calling CPS. Okay, that's forcing me.
You asked about a second opinion. I am your second opinion. I'm the doctor.
No, you're not. You are the first opinion.
Okay. All right. Well, first and second. Why? I'm your doctor. If you don't trust your doctor, then you shouldn't be, coming here. Which is crazy for you to think that you wouldn't want to.
If I trusted my doctor wouldn't be threatening me with calling CPS. That would be me trusting my doctor.
Like I said, it's not a threat. It's not a threat. I'm trying to do what's best for you and your kid. If you love your kid enough, then you will listen to my words.
Don't tell me if I love my kid or not. That's my kid. That's my kid.
I understand that's your kid, but understand that I'm the doctor. I'm doing what's best for your kid. I'm literally showing you the results. I'm giving you the best.
You're gonna force.
Lord, she keeps saying you gonna force me. If the fucking doctor telling you your child needed because they evaluated your child and say they need it, you do have a choice as a parent to not give them the medication, but they gotta do their fucking job too.
That's understandable, Chop. That's highly understandable, right? But she said, if I don't know if you heard her when she mentioned it, she was like, okay, you say this, and I'm telling you I want to get a second opinion. What did he say? You asked me, and I am the second opinion. Not that, okay, ma'am, go ahead and get a second opinion, but I stand by the results that I have before me. You see what I'm saying? He's sitting there telling her, if you don't do what the fuck I'm telling you to do right now, I'm gonna call CPS on you. If you don't agree to go ahead and put him on this medication. That is what that's why she kept saying, so you were forcing me to put my child on medication, and I'm telling you I want a second opinion. I want to bring my child to a second doctor so they could be evaluated by them. That way, if what you're saying is true, if that doctor says the same thing, then I can and will go ahead and roll with this with what you say. But until then, I can't just go with what you say because my child hasn't shown me any symptoms of ADHD.
So why they got
I think
evaluated
that
anyway?
is the point. Yeah, I think if I could chime in right quick, I think that is the point of what y'all saying. She could do whatever she want to do after that. She could call Dr. Kevorkian if she want to. That man still has to call CPS just by her even mentioning that statement. If she wanted
Anytime,
a second opinion, she should have just went and got a second opinion. Period,
Yeah,
without
because she
even
could.
mentioning that to him.
I get it now. I
So
get it now.
by
She
her
could have went
doing
on
that,
ahead
it
and did
opens up the
that. Yeah,
argument. Yes, it
yeah.
opens up the argument for that man to say, well, okay, well, I might have to call CPS since you just just donating motherfucking information to me.
because
You
it's
telling me what you're
exactly
gonna
because it
do as
sound
if you're
more
being
like you in denial versus
yeah, and
uh
that's what I want to know. What has little Timmy been into for him to be diagnosed? Because obviously it wasn't just the doctor for her to be there. It was somebody
exactly.
telling her to
It's,
bring him there
it was the
because
technical
of
evaluation.
behavior
He
problems or
was the
whatever else is going
too.
or whatever else he's into from what school or summer camp. I don't know, Pete, but it's something else that led her to there also. So her argument is ignorant if she's not really paying attention, and she could be putting herself in more jeopardy rather than just CPS coming in, them finding out that she took the proper procedures to take care of the child with the second opinion or the third opinion from the doctors, the notes or whatever else you will need to have when they come to the goddamn house. But if you're gonna be, the way you is about it, then he's gonna tell you what he's telling you. He's not doing nothing that's over the limits of what he should be doing as a doctor, even though if you want to look at it like a more of a humane thing more than him being a doctor, he could have worded it better for her to make her feel better, but everybody not like that, P. And we got to realize that as human beings, dog, we not all the fucking same, and we can't just expect people to pat us on the back and say, okay, you could go do what you want, I ain't gonna do nothing. Well, then what if that man get fired? Then where does that leave him with her and Lil Crazy Timmy? Still out there in the streets ready to shoot somebody up singing that damn 13-year-old LGBT song and go shoot up his goddamn school because he ain't dealt with his ADHD because his mom don't think nothing wrong with him. Where's his father? Why wasn't he there? Is he in his life? Like little young black kids in the 90s? It's just a lot of things you got to think about too, especially when a white woman is in the hospital ranting and shit. It's always a cover up for whatever else is going on most of the time. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of the behavior is coming from probably an ignorant place. You know what I'm saying? We have the same problems with these doctors too when they are of a different color, but the conversations be a little different. You ever heard of nice nasty? It's some nice nasty shit. They don't even tell you none of that. They just call CPS on your ass when your ass leave.
Mm-hmm.
That's some sneaky shit. That man ain't had to tell her none of that shit.
Because that's what they normally
I
do.
see it. I see both ways, but I think she could have handled it different if she's gonna look at like him being the one that should have handled it differently. She could have also handled that shit different as well.
And if she said he was the damn second, if he told her he was the second opinion, that means in his folder they already got a fucking opinion in there that said he needed to do the shit.
Well, I don't think that on from me watching this video, I don't think that he was the second opinion. I think he was the primary doctor that she normally goes to, and that's what led to the thing. Like, oh wait, hold up.
Why she
But
had
like
to
y'all
go?
say,
Why she had to go?
right,
Or is it just a checkup? You saying it's just a checkup, and he said, "Oh, you know, your son got ADHD." Or was there something else that referred her to her primary
right.
doctor to go
See,
get the nigga checked up? That's
right,
the point,
that,
P.
right.
So
That's
that
what I
would
was.
be a second opinion, then, P. That would be a second opinion. The first one
That
told her
would
ass
be
to go to his ass.
right.
It
That's
would
what I'm
be.
saying.
That's
You
what I'm
know,
saying.
that led to the logical conclusion. You know, hey, if somebody told you you need to go have this child evaluated, now having that understood, I know that doctors are not psychologists or psychiatrists. So if you suspect that he was having ADHD, bringing him to a fucking hospital is something. Nah, you bring him to a psychiatrist, and the
Hey,
psychiatrist
guess who
gonna tell
slang
you
the
for
dope though? They
sure.
get the churn the pill. Guess who slang the dope? They get a churn the pills, not the doctors.
Well, the
The
psychiatrist
hospital.
does write the prescription. The psychiatrist
The
does write the
hospital.
prescription, and the
All
hospital
they do is
dispenses.
all the doctor do is refer. That's all they do, dog. They refer. The hospital pay for that dope, nigga.
hmm Well,
So
speaking
you
of
get
dope,
milazepine, azaline, azabozine, and prodatrolite, and all the other motherfuckers. You
so
gotta, you know,
so
man,
look,
shit.
speaking of dope, I got one more for you, and I'm gonna pass the mic on that one. And this one here, speaking of dope, listen to what they say happened with this situation. I got one more after that.
41 weeks pregnant, they induced her to ease the pain of her contractions. Doctor gave her a narcotic. A day later, a social worker told the new mother that the baby's meconium, the first bowel movement, had tested positive for opiates. She had had 2 drug tests in her prenatal visits and a drug test done right before she went into labor that all had nothing, all negative.
How stupid are people?
And the morphine was given and documented in her medical records.
Yeah. How stupid.
But the staff still reported her to State Child Welfare Agency anyways. A New York mom with no history of drug use lost custody of her toddler and newborn for 5 months after she tested positive for fentanyl that the hospital had given her in her epidural.
Oh my God.
In Oklahoma, when a mother tested positive for meth, sheriff's deputies removed her newborn and 3 other children. They were held in foster care for 11 days until confirmation tests proved that the culprit was actually a heartburn medication the hospital had given the patient.
That's crazy work.
Unbelievable. What
happens?
What's wrong with people?
I know this happens across the country. Their newborns test positive
Okay,
the very same substances that they were given during labor and delivery. The positive tests trigger a referral to social services, which could potentially trigger a referral to DCFS or CPS.
Yeah, man.
There's a woman in India.
They in pocket with each other, man.
Yep.
They want them churn, man. Dang. They
They
shipping them
giving
churn and
them.
everything, man.
They giving
That
them
shit
shit
crazy.
during
No, they
the
set them people up. They set them
Yes.
people up to take the children. Ain't no way you could give me some shit and then tell me I tested positive for it. You gave it to
Of
me, no
course,
shit.
of
What the
course
fuck
I'm
are
gonna
you
test
talking
positive
about?
for it. Of course I'm gonna
How
test
stupid
positive
can
for it.
you? How stupid do you think I am, though? But that's the crazy.
You
And if she
giving
didn't fight for her kids, they would have been longer than 5 months. They would have kept that fucking baby. It's fucking crazy,
that's the
man. I mean,
that's the thing. Like,
negligence.
you quick to suggest these epidurals and shit, and then turn around
That's
and
big
call
money,
the
nigga. How much
people.
an epidural shot is? One shot, Peter. How much you think?
Shit,
One
that
epidural
shit
shot.
gotta.
No.
Uh-uh.
Ask yourself how much the nigga get paid that gotta give you the shot.
There it is, shot. Thank you. I was gonna keep going up that ladder for it too if he would have said something different. This
I
shit
know them
is a
shots
money
ain't
scheme,
cheap.
man. It's like a pyramid.
Shots ain't cheap, nigga. Them
Pun
dudes
intended.
make hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Just one
Money
shot.
so tall,
One
make
shot
all the
might be
bitches
like
on ball.
$2,500.
Nigga, the nigga that gotta give it get paid $100,000.
and
Of
get
course.
a kid out of and get a child out of it too. That's some cool shit.
That's why I be telling people there is a
That's
bounty
that Nino Brown
scheme
shit right there.
with this DCFS thing. Like it's a bounty. They get
Man, the
paid to
hospitals
take
too.
your children.
Obviously, you see this shit. They all in school.
Yeah.
They ain't giving them an epidural shot at the CPS, nigga. They giving it at the hospital, and they're moving that shit through CPS because you got to get the child through there.
I would say this too.
That shit is a motherfucking train, man.
The name of the service is Child Protective Services. So they're only going to do they're only going to do what's in the benefit of children.
Supposedly do.
No, what they're only going to do is do or try to do or enforce is what they believe is the best for children, regardless if that's not what their parents think is best for them. Their job is to try to get the best for the child, right? It's like if you own Section 8 or something, and you got 3 children or whatever. They might not necessarily give you a 3-bedroom, but they at least make sure. Well, they really will give you a 3-bedroom, especially if you got a boy and a girl or whatever. But if you just got, if it's 2 boys or 2 girls, they're gonna say, they can share a room. So they might say you could do a 2-bedroom or whatever. But it's still based on the interests of the children. It's like they don't care about your situations, or because you didn't hear people say, like, say if CPS do come, they'll tell you, oh well, this got to be changed by then. Till we're gonna have to come in and do this. It's not like they don't be giving you time to get the shit together, but that's what they're there for. That's why people call them. That's why people put them in their business. So it is what it is. And I think people forget that, especially if you are a parent and not liking that that's what they're trying to do for your children.
Okay. One last thing, y'all, then I'm done. This one goes to everybody. All our sisters and brothers out there that be ordering DoorDash and Uber Eats. This is a lesson right here.
Thank you. 7347. I really 7347. Huh? Yes. Yes. Huh? Oh, how are you? I'm okay. You okay? Where you from? Africa. Oh, for real? Are you visiting up here? Huh? Visit? Visit? No. 7347. You take number? Okay.
They felt like you was talking too much, you was throwing it, like everything was clear as day. You heard?
So she going into what actually happened, which we all heard and we all saw. I'm gonna cut it right there. But that's just something that I wanted to present to make people aware of them DoorDashers and Uber Eats people, and even so much as riding in the Uber. Because we played videos where a girl had to hop out the car on the interstate to avoid being kidnapped. These motherfuckers is coming to your door now under the guise of the Uber Eats people. They have your address, they know where you live, they coming in. They ain't coming in with, not all coming in with good intention. You know what I'm saying? What y'all got on that?
You can go first, son. I've been going first.
Nah, man, just yeah, be more aware. Fuck, you gonna be ordering out and shit and being that friendly with motherfuckers. At least have your bat or a gun by the motherfucking door. You're gonna be doing all that. You can't be so honky door with motherfuckers like that. Especially, did he have food in his hand? I ain't really seen no food in that.
Yeah,
I
she
heard a
had
bag of something. I heard a bag.
yeah. It was a little bag, probably from Taco Bell or some shit like that. You know, whatever they little order each places is out there. And
Yeah,
but it
did you know you ordered something? Like,
yeah,
he was like, no, I ain't.
that's what she was saying. When like certain times
You should have played the rest of it because I couldn't. The conversation was short, like it wasn't really like.
Oh, all right, I can play the rest of it.
You know who was going on, but
I mean,
that's all I was gonna say about it anyway. You don't have to. I was just saying that was just the rest of it. You didn't have to. Right? Just gonna tell you, just be cautious with that shit.
Well, the rest of it was her going into because I had ordered Uber Eats one time and they asked, like the driver asked for you to have the code. So when they pull up to make sure they're giving the right people the right shit, they say, what's the code? So you got to go back on your Uber Eats app and look at the code and say, okay, this the code, and they give you your shit and they go on about their way. But this is because they for their safety, they set up a code.
I hate the fact of somebody, because even that just say somebody bringing your cold drink or something. I don't like my children to bring my cold drink, bro. Like, I don't
You
want
don't know if they drunk out your shit.
Yeah, I don't want no stranger with my food in their car. I don't know how you living. None of that. Like, my shit gonna be cold for sure when they get you. Like, I don't even do delivery pieces no more. Like, at all. Like, if I would get it, I'm gonna go pick that shit up. Cause I'm like, I don't know what's the difference between it riding in my car to my house or in they shit to my house. Cause the bitch be cold and you're not supposed to go on all them deliveries at one time anyway. But you're supposed to have enough delivery drivers for them to go right, make that shit come right back, boom, boom. But
right. But Uber, just to give you a little more context about it, they done got to the point now where they tend to, like, if I order from Taco Bell and the Uber Eats driver going there, they'll send him another order to a fast food restaurant nearby, and he got to stop there, pick up their order, then go pick up my order, then head out to me. So whoever's closer, he got to go to them first and then come to me. By then, your food good and fucking cold. Shit. I had a fucking Uber Eats driver pull up with a fucking dog in the car. I'm like, oh, hell no. I called Uber Eats real quick, man. This motherfucker got a furry dog in the car, dog fur everywhere. Them bitches comped me my shit. I ain't had to pay for it. But it was tied up in the bag, but still, who the fuck? You supposed to be riding no fucking dog around people's food, man. Yeah, that's all I had, y'all.
All right. I'm up to bat. I got a couple of them for y'all too, fellas. I'll start with one I had lined up for last week, but I said I was gonna save it for this week. I'm gonna say for this day, something from Friday. I meant to say I don't know why I'm stuttering and shit. But it was a big bust that happened, y'all, and this shit crazy. On some Bonnie and Clyde shit. Check this shit out.
The feds raided this house in southwest suburban Frankfurt. The owner now accused of running a huge fentanyl operation, which landed him and his girlfriend behind bars. Jermont Terry is live at federal court with how the feds traced the drug operation to 3 southwest suburban communities. Jermont.
Erica, this drug operation spans from Frankfurt to Oak Lawn and even includes a storage unit in Alsip where drugs, weapons, and wads of cash were all found, according to the feds. Check out the arsenal of weapons federal prosecutors say they found when they arrested a couple. According to the federal complaint, 32-year-old James Howard and 31-year-old Chantel Robinson were behind a huge fentanyl and cocaine distribution. This Oaklawn apartment building off 95th and Ridgeland is where Robinson lived. Along the busy road across from the Chicago Ridge Mall, the apartment was being used as a drug laboratory, according to the federal complaint. The feds had suspected the pair of running the drug operation. They set up a hidden camera in this flower pot outside their third-floor unit. Prosecutors say the camera spotted Howard in this image coming out with a comforter. He placed it in the hallway, but inside the bag, 1.5 kilograms of suspected fentanyl and approximately 850 grams of suspected cocaine within the sheets.
This seems to be a case of these subjects to being very bold and careless at the same time.
This image shows Howard discovering the hidden camera. Even after Howard appeared to notice the camera at the top of the staircase and momentarily ducking out of the frame, the feds say he did not stop the illegal operation. Former FBI Director Phil Andrew points out this pair hid in plain sight. Agents raided Howard's house in Frankfort. Their nearly $800,000 new construction was paid in full despite Howard moving in April.
Clearly, the point they're making in this complaint is that is likely due to the ease of access to this drug money.
This is what prosecutors say they found inside the house, that arsenal of weapons, cash, and drugs. But the operation did not end there. It stretched to this storage facility in Alsip of 115th and Cicero. It's here where feds say additional drugs and weapons were found. Andrew points out federal and local agencies are still working jointly to win the fight against drugs.
Law enforcement, this is actually their bread and butter.
Now, Andrew points out that many criminals may believe that federal agents are focusing all of their attention on immigration, but he says this case proves that drug cases remain a top priority. As for that couple, they remain in federal custody tonight.
You know they in federal custody. Bonnie and Clyde thing. It was pumping out there, huh, fellas? This wasn't in the projects neither. Middle suburbia.
They like
y'all
that
got
too.
on that one.
I was at a goddamn class reunion yesterday, and a nigga told me he only liked to smoke with fentanyl in it.
He only like what?
He only like to smoke the weed with the fentanyl in it, man.
What the fuck?
I said, you can't tell the difference, because you know people that came across. I know I didn't came across something like that before, and you know, to me, I might smack the fuck out you if you try to sell me some shit that smell like fucking some type of chemical type shit, and that's what it really be like. That shit don't be no. That shit fucked me up when he said that shit, because he was serious. And I didn't hear some other niggas say that shit before too. Like they want the shit with the fentanyl in it.
It almost kind of make you wonder if you start growing the shit with fentanyl in the soil, how does that change the properties of the herb?
I guess the perception is the fentanyl is already in it, so or it's been in it. We just ain't no.
That's fucked up. That's a fucked up way to think about it too.
I mean,
but that operation, nigga done paid off a more than a $500,000 house and still had an apartment.
Yeah, that shit
nigga was pumping, yeah. Niggas had a non-stop money cash cow coming in. I don't get the logic of putting all the guns and the dope in the house you just bought. But fuck, go right ahead.
Actually couldn't fit. They had a public storage, remember?
Right.
That shit too. Yeah.
Hey, you saw the hidden camera aimed at you doing. You ain't stopped, nigga. You should put pause on the whole operation, man. Fuck that. this camera here, somebody watching.
That nigga
And
look
it's
dead
right,
in that
and right
motherfucker.
at my door too.
He probably said, "Wait, that little vase bullshit wasn't right there before." And he looked dead at that bitch.
And you would think as a big time dope dealer like that, you would have cameras set in your hallway watching over your door to see who coming and who going. You was a careless operator. Fuck.
Shit. Oh,
But
so,
them,
well,
but that
I'll
is,
move on if that's all y'all gotta say on them.
Yeah.
yeah, that's just some careless operation right there, man. Like it's good that it's good that they was able to, put an end to it, but at the same time, still fuck. Niggas down here don't even operate like that. Fuck. That Bush wasn't there yesterday. What the fuck that
How they operating?
That shit wasn't there yesterday.
Speaking
What the
of
fuck that come from?
CPS, this is the other CPS, people. We're talking about Chicago public schools, and some shit went down with them and what's going on with their public schools, fella. They had this watchdog operation on the eggs, and these people uncovered some heavy shit. Y'all check this shit out.
Scathing watchdog report uncovering hundreds of investigations of sexual misconduct and fraud within Chicago public schools. It was filed by the district's Office of Inspector General, and our Darius Johnson is here live now to break it down for us. Darius, what did we learn in this report?
Hey there, Adrena. Good morning to you. Yeah, that report was more than 100 pages, and that report comes with recommendations from the Office of the Inspector General saying that CPS needs to improve transparency, its handling of high school sports, and its spending. Go ahead and take a look as we break all of this down for you. When it comes to sports, employees who were classified as do not hire were hired to referee games despite their misconduct allegations involving students. Background checks were not performed for those employees. Along with that, the report recommends that CPS creates a new athletics oversight officer. CPS says by the end of the year, it will require volunteers and vendors who will potentially have contact with students to go through a mandatory training in district policies, which is pretty much similar to employees. Now, in terms of sexual misconduct, there was a significant number of complaints that allege sexual abuse, sexual harassment, and inappropriate comments. Those complaints resulted in several arrests, charges, protective or no contact orders. Lastly, let's take a look at spending. There are concerns over CPS's $500 million structural deficit. The report questions how CPS used $2.8 million in federal COVID relief funds to support e-learning, while also mentioning the district spends more than 55% of the money meant for elementary and secondary school emergency relief to cover the salaries of more than 11,000 new and existing employees. Now, Audrina, back out here live this morning, it is important to note that there are fewer complaints this time around in this 2024 fiscal year than it was in the 2023 fiscal year. However, again, this report following with recommendations from the Office of the Inspector General once again. That's the very latest from near the CPS headquarters in the Loop. I'm Darius Johnson, CBS News, Chicago.
Darius, thank you for those updates there.
Well, I'll speak at
That's
once.
that's all the stuff we have been talking about as far as the getting out of the negligence zone. But this is stuff that they should have been doing. Ain't no way. Y'all know these people have shit on their jacket, and y'all still looking to hire them. I don't see that there being that much of a shortage in athletics or people who understand coaching and what it is to be a referee. They got plenty of people that go to school for that shit, like to
Did you
take
know
a coaching job.
schools got that much money from the COVID relief fund? I didn't know the people even got money because they left a lot of those schools alone for COVID. Like they act like they needed funding around COVID. I didn't know a lot of those schools got over $2 billion.
2.8 mil.
That was weird.
They had to.
Just to refresh y'all memory on.
Because I guess, you know, they had to act like they needed the money for the laptops to get the children the laptops.
Right. The laptops, for those that didn't have internet, the hotspot where they could get online and do their work and stuff like that.
Yeah, I still got them damn things.
And they probably still work. Ain't no, I ain't gonna even say probably. They still work. Them little mobile hotspots that they gave them all. Yeah, that's just, they tell you, oh, just turn it back in, man. My children still got some fucking computers. They told them they could have them.
I get a computer back, but they ain't asked for that damn T-Mobile thing back. I wonder if I can get it turned on.
Yeah, it's probably still active though, bro. That's what I'm saying.
That's scary if it's still active.
Can we stay on topic, fellas? What are we doing? Y'all don't want to talk about anything that happened with the school? Y'all niggas talk about Wi-Fi spots. What are we doing? What y'all was there today? Because I can move on to my next one.
They and wait, now this okay, so the Office of Inspector General made those recommendations, right? So that means that complaints had to have been coming down.
They keep complaining about them damn people, man. So there ain't no complaints coming down.
But child, dude, come on now. One of the complaints was inappropriate misconduct with the students by way of people who was working in the athletics department, which would only say that that shit probably been going on if the Office of the Inspector General had to step in and say, look, y'all motherfuckers gotta do something about this shit. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
for
we're being exposed for a lot of things now too. So they have to start cleaning up somewhere. I mean, they're being accused of leading children to prostitution and all type of shit. So
true that.
Something.
Speaking of children, told y'all gonna bring y'all that fat Jew shit. So I'm gonna end it off with that fat Jew shit, and that's all I got for y'all, fella. Shut it down if you want after that, blow.
Rapper Fat Joe has been hit with an explosive $20 million lawsuit for allegedly coercing his ex-hype man into thousands of sexual acts. In a graphic 157-page lawsuit, Terrence T.A. Dixon accuses Fat Joe, whose legal name is Joseph Cartagena, of more than a decade of abuse. The details so disturbing that there's a big trigger warning in the red on the first page of that filing. Dixon alleges that in the lawsuit, Cartagena forced him to, quote, humiliating situations, including sex acts, performed under duress and surveillance. Dixon claims he personally witnessed Cartagena engage in sexual relations with girls as young as 15, one of whom Cartagena was allegedly in love with and contemplated leaving his wife for. An attorney for Cartagena says the lawsuit is a blatant act of retaliation. NBC's Stephen Romo is on the story for us. And Stephen, Cartagena initially sued Dixon, and now Dixon is suing Cartagena. Both sides are trading allegations here.
Yeah, a lot of allegations here, but the lawsuit filed today has a lot more graphic content, if you will, Tom. Cartagena actually sued Dixon back in April on allegations that, as a former employee, he was trying to extort him for money. Well, Dixon's suit that was filed today is a lot more than just a typical employment dispute. The complaint does accuse Cartagena of underpaying him, but it goes on with many more allegations, claiming Cartagena would bring women to hotel rooms and make Dixon have sex with them in front of him and others. It also alleges that Cartagena would fly underage girls into the U.S. from Europe and that he paid for plastic surgery for one of them, and claimed that the minors were frequently cut off financially and discarded when they became non-compliant. Now, Cartagena's attorney claiming that those claims in this lawsuit are complete fabrications and lies, and saying, quote, the lawsuit filed by Tyrone Blackburn and Terrence Dixon is a blatant act of retaliation, a desperate attempt to deflect attention from the civil suit we filed first. Of course, referencing that lawsuit originally filed back in April, Tom.
So we have another famous rapper being hit with a RICO charge, and we talked about Sean Diddy Combs' trial earlier in the newscast. He's also, of course, being accused of building a criminal empire here, and several of the people connected to this lawsuit have ties to other big cases, including Diddy's.
Yeah, a lot of the players involved have connections to these cases. Joe Tacopina representing Joe Cartagena. Of course, that's Fat Joe. He's also represented a lot of other big clients, including President Donald Trump, A$AP Rocky, and he actually turned down representing Sean Diddy Combs himself. And then we have Tyrone Blackburn there on the right, who is right now representing Dixon, but he is also representing music producer and rapper Lil Rodney in a separate case that is against Diddy. The lawsuit filed by Dixon is a civil RICO case, unlike Diddy's, which, of course, is a criminal RICO case. But there is a lot of crossover in these allegations here, Tom.
It's kind of head-spinning, actually, Stephen. Thanks very much.
We thank you for watching. And remember, stay updated on break.
I had been wondering what happened to his hype man, because I remember that nigga having a hype man a while back, and now all of a sudden, but so I don't want to get too far off track. That's some very damning allegation, and this coming from the man who claimed Latinos started hip hop.
You remember that,
right?
Yes.
So if you willing to make them kind of accusation, if you willing to make them kind of statements claiming that Latinos started hip hop, why should we believe you when you say you are not guilty of these particular allegations that's been brought against you? And then for you to say, oh, he only suing us because you see what I'm saying? Now,
yes.
Again, nobody knows what really goes on with a lot of these Hollywood elites or these music industry elites like that, right? We only know what you tell us, and for this man to say that you was contemplating leaving your wife for one of these underage girls that you was flying in, paying for cosmetic surgery and all kind of stuff for, why shouldn't we believe them? Because a lot of the stuff that these people been saying about Diddy for years is actually in court now and being proven as fact. Right? It's no longer what we say is no longer conspiracy theory, it's starting to be conspiracy facts. Well, I don't think that man making that shit up, bro.
And the crazy part about it, like you saying, with the extortion first, you tried to get it. It seemed like you tried to get in front of it, Fat Joe. Oh, I'm gonna sue you first because you extorted me. What was he trying to extort you for?
Right.
And then now it seems like the dude was like, okay, bitch, you saying I'm extorting you? Here goes a real, extortion. Here's your papers, and plus all this other shit on top that created a RICO.
Right, because he could have been suing. Now look, this could have been the real reason why dudes decided to, sue Fat Joe. Bro, I don't want you as my hype man no more.
Fat Joe don't like to pay nobody, and that's fact. Fat Joe don't like to pay no fucking body, and I can vouch for that because I used to keep up with Big Pun. He did them people dirty, son. I know the whole backstory of that song. Nobody tell me nothing about that shit. That nigga did, and Cuban Link. I don't know if y'all remember Cuban Link.
Yeah, I remember Cuban Link.
Mm-hmm. He talking about that shit too. How Joe did him and shit. it's some weird shit with that dude, you know, especially when you the one in the limelight, you know. It's kind of like you know, Dre doing Warren G right now. That shit crazy too, is, you know, but it ain't come to where, you know, G want to soon, because, you know, G did his own thing. He made his own millions and shit. He just, you know, just didn't look at the simple, but he looked at the simple fact that him not getting no credit for the Chronic was crazy, and for them not to, you know, compensate him the way they were supposed to back then. You know, he felt like it was wrong for that, and he don't understand why Dre even stopped talking to him. Like the man said, they ain't talked for years. So Fat Joe kind of did the same thing when it came to people, you know, speaking up for themselves when it was time to talk about the money situation. And he back then, man, he talked to Big Pun wife crazy. I mean, tried to switch and do shit with the son and all that, and it was just some weird shit back then, especially when that lady was asking him for the rights for a lot of the stuff that was just due to her, and he did some backdoor shit to basically cheat her out of a lot of shit too, and then was lying and telling people that he was giving her money and taking care of her and all that shit. And come to find out, because I was listening to the son, Chris Rivers. Chris Rivers actually talks about in his raps how they were homeless, though, you know, going from shelter to shelter and shit. So
wow,
yeah, bro, it's Joe is something serious when it comes to that money. So, you know, there's definitely more to come with that situation. Chop, you want to say anything on that before we close out?
Yeah, that's crazy. I believe that a lot of them niggas be into that shit. That's my whole thing. Like, it's crazy that not all that shit coming out, but you know, once them pedophiles start going to jail, they gotta rat out more pedophiles or whatever. So shit, there's gonna be more of them that's gonna go down and be caught up.
Yeah, buddy. Yep, get your I was about to say, get your number cards ready, nigga. You're gonna be Xing them niggas off a card like bingo, nigga.
Especially
a lot of them want to be a part of the program and be a part of these rituals and want to be in the fraternity and be a part of them circles, y'all. And they gotta reap the benefits of that, because you know the other ones gonna rat out other ones, like you said, because they don't want to go down. So while y'all, you know, enjoying yourself and was a part of that shit, even let's go back to KRS-One, huh, Peter? What he was saying, 15, 13 and good or some shit. Like them dudes been rapping. Certain niggas who was into that shit been rapping about the shit. You know, these little girls out here and shit. Even Foxy Brown had a song was talking about when she was 15, she was with a nigga that was doing this and doing that, being out on the street and shit. So I brought up the young girl who told you how long she been out there, and it always that age, 13, 14, they out there. They people, something done happened to where they out there on the streets, and they really be out, you know, really get into these parties and get to the how you think them girls get around R. Kelly and shit? A lot of them go with some of them be going with their fucking mama and shit. I seen that at a Mystical concert.
Yup.
She got the soldier shit on, and she had a little daughter in the front. No, and I ain't see him backstage because it was like a little club type scene. It wasn't like a arena or no shit like that. It was like a more closer, more you know, close fitted. Like it was just like a little spotlight, and he was performing, and you know they had their little soldier shit on and shit, and it was a little girl. I don't no more than 13, 14, bro, probably 12. And she had her right up there jamming and shit, and it was all kind of music playing. Like it was nothing but adults in there. Like, you know, it was an adult thing. But and the girl was up there with her in the front row. I said, look at this shit. I ain't like, the fuck? They had different orders and shit. You know, matter of fact, they had the nasty chick that was doing her little thing up there with the little stripper shit, singing her little song. And it was very adultish. She ain't had no fucking business in it, that's my point. But she had up there front row enjoying the concert, and Mr. Cool, you know, swinging dick and doing all the little moves and shit. And I said, man, this shit crazy, man. This shit is really crazy. Had her with a little soldiers t-shirt on and everything. So we can't act like it ain't happening, and just because he's Fat Joe, we can't exempt your ass from what's going on, player. You're not exempt though, because and this another thing too on the TikTok and all that shit too. Y'all stop doing this. Y'all start spreading this bullshit about they attacking black men shit. Cut that bullshit out. You niggas been sold out. Y'all niggas been went along with the program. Y'all niggas been going along and chose money over morality. Y'all been did that. Stop it, because conscious music would still have a platform versus all this other shit that they get to promote now. You know, promiscuous, selling drugs, and killing. That's the three main things that gonna get you a hit record now. And that shit wouldn't exist if all you niggas didn't go along with it and didn't go along with these record companies to sell your fucking people out. And like T said earlier with you, Fat Joe, you're perverting our music as if that's the only kind of music you make because you live the life that you live. But you're Latino, sir. So you're not doing that shit amongst your community. You're not making reggaeton music, talking that same gangster shit. You singing and rapping hip hop, my nigga. So you calling yourself representing something, and now you want a nigga to have your back, and now you want to be a, is how saying go? Everybody want to be a nigga until it's time to be a nigga.
Everybody want to be a nigga until it's time to be a nigga.
When they treat you like a nigga, you stand in court like a nigga. Now, how about that?
That's the realest. Say, bro. And you know what? I'm glad you brought up the point of the little girl being at the concert with her mama. I never agreed with them children being at them types of concerts with all adults. I don't care if you with your parent or not. Your parent might have been a hardcore groupie. And sell you out, and sell you to the artist just to be able to get her titty signed. Girl, they signed my titty.
Like a Leah and her mama, huh? Did I go too far?
Nope. Because she got sold to R. Kelly, as the story goes.
Not going to hit
These folks don't understand that deep down inside, we as the people who listen to your music.
Scathing watchdog report uncovering hundreds of investigations.
Sorry about that, fellas. I made a mistake and pressed the button. My bad, P.
No, I just was saying, I don't think the people who realize we listen to your music, if we are music fans, right? Not because people be asking me why I don't play New Orleans music. I'm like, bro, I live in New Orleans. I already know what they're gonna talk about. You know what I'm saying? You can't help but know what's being said in the city you live in. So I listen to outside music. Yeah, I listen to New Orleans music sometimes, but I mainly listen to outside music. So that makes me take interest in that person a little bit more as far as what you doing that gets brought up in the spotlight. Now I'm gonna start analyzing you more. We already, fuck, I done ran across people who live next door to me or across the street from me and shit like that. See, they used to babysit for Baby and them when Baby and them was little children. Their parents would hire a babysitter to come watch them. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of stuff that they be like, that boy wasn't never like that. He ain't did this, he ain't did that. I don't know what made him start doing this. Same thing with Lil Wayne. A lot of people talk. So I listen to outside music because I want to hear what messages they talking about in the space they in. You see what I'm saying? But I never did like the fact that people bring their children to these all-adult concerts and let these children be adults before it's time to be adults. I got brought to a Public Enemy concert one time, bro. The time of my life. Had big old fun up in that bitch. And I'll honestly say the message that was portrayed on stage was exactly how I heard it in their music. It wasn't nothing really negative. It wasn't no vulgarities. It wasn't about drugs or women or cars or nothing, killing or nothing like that. Like you said, conscious music been out there. So Public Enemy was one of the conscious groups that was actually spreading a message of unity amongst your people. Stop doing this to each other. Be weary of the police and 911 as a whole. You know, so it was just like a lot of things that got brought to the forefront, got pushed on the back burner and slowly faded into existence because of rappers selling out for the dollars. Cardi B.
With them niggas being nasty.
Huh? Wait, what?
So they ain't got nothing to do with them niggas being nasty. Them niggas just nasty.
No, listen. Everybody wears a
Get
mask.
that money and get freaky, ain't that what you say?
There you go. I'm about to tell you. What I project in front of this camera is different than what I do
Want what
off
they
camera.
want. But that's all I had though, buddy. You could close us on now.
Yeah, that's it for Sunday's session. We're gonna see y'all next week with silence topic. Probably be looking for the notification on YouTube. Let y'all know what we're gonna be talking about. We ending Sunday's conversation. I am Chop Tracks.
P down on the spot.
Silent Child 17. Gold.
And we out.
Peace, y'all. Have a good one.